The advice and opinions expressed by the host of Autism Live and her guests are meant solely as suggestion and should not be in any way construed as child-specific advice. The Center for Autism and Related Disorders advises working with a board-certified behavior analyst who has experience with autism before starting any intensive behavioral intervention. Any choices you make in determining your child's treatment are completely at your own discretion.
Good morning and welcome to Autism Live. I am the Queen of Hearts, and Shannon Penrod was going to be here, but I said, off with her head. So she is no longer here, and I am in residence for the day. Happy Halloween, everyone. We have a very special Autism Live for you this morning. We have two fantastic guests who are going to be here with us for the entire hour. We have the wonderful and beautiful Miss Navah Paskowitz-Asner is here. Good morning.
Maleficent.
Maleficent, yes. Excuse me. Hello. And we have the wonderful Matt Asner, but I understand that you are Harold Potter?
Yes, it's not Harry Potter. It's Harold Potter.
Harold Potter, yes.
It's Harry Potter 40 years later. Okay?
You're Harry's grand... is
40 years,
You're Harry's
40
Zadie.
years in the future.
Wonderful.
Yes, this is what Harry becomes. He has an American accent now, and he's, you know...
Distinguished
he's a
grandfather.
distinguished 50-something-year-old man.
Spectacular.
Yes.
And of course, they are here with me this morning to celebrate our festivities of the Halloween holiday. But we are also going to be talking about the wonderful Ed Asner Family Center.
Yes.
And that someone is having a birthday this weekend with a huge celebration.
Who is that?
I believe his name is Ed Asner, and I'm told that he is a very celebrated actor. In fact, the most decorated male actor in the United States.
That is correct.
And he's turning 90.
90.
Yes, and he's having a big birthday party that is a big fundraiser for a certain center.
Yes, we will talk about that.
Oh, right. We will talk about that, and I understand that there will be many, many celebrities that will be there.
A plethora.
A plethora, one of my favorite words. All right. So, in any case, this show is live. We are coming to you from the Warner Center in Woodland Hills, California. And this is the home for the Center for Autism and Related Disorders. It is also the home for Autism Live. Now, Traven, our fabulous Traven, who you must look online, social media, to see that he is the Mad Hatter today. So we may have some Mad Hatter things happening, I don't know. But in any case, he's going to show you all the wonderful ways that you can contact us here at Autism Live. And while he does that, I will remind you that our homepage is autism-live.com. Go there to watch all of our videos, and to speak with us, you can just click on the chat button on the bottom of the page, and that will open up a box, and you can chat with us. Maleficent has props.
Oh, yeah.
I want to see, and
So does the Queen.
the Queen has her flamenco. It is a wonderful thing. I think they perhaps
I brought this in
along.
case Matt gets out of line. I can just whack him.
Yes, just like at home.
Wonderful. Now,
I have a prop too,
You don't wanna get
but
me
my prop
arrested.
is more benign.
Yeah.
where is your wand?
Oh. Whoa! You forgot the wand.
Tragedy. Tragedy is.
And we got the wand.
I know that you
were
do.
there.
I was there. I may know people involved in that.
Yes.
In any case, we encourage you to participate this morning, and we like to start the show every morning. I'm told. I don't really know, but I'm told that we like to start the show with something that we fondly refer to as the jargon of the day. And this is when we take on one word, one phrase, one acronym. We try to figure out what exactly the experts are talking about. First, we give the actual definition, then we attempt to make fun of it, and then we give a working definition that perhaps those of us who do not have advanced degrees in psychology and autism perhaps would begin to understand. Yes?
Okay.
So today's Jargon term is socio-dramatic play.
Oh my gosh.
It's very apropos, I
Wow.
think. And so let's take a look at our actual definition, shall we, Traven? Our actual definition, play, which involves the acting out of scripts, scenes inspired by real life books, cartoons, and other media. Individuals take or assume roles using themselves and or characters like dolls, figures, and puppets. Excuse me, I have a puppet. As they interact together on common themes. Well, that sounds about as dry as paint.
Sounds like acting.
It does sound like acting,
Yes.
doesn't it? But this is a particular form of play. So let's take a look at what our working definition of that might be. It is make-believe or pretend play.
Yes.
That's
And-
not scripting?
No, when you're talking about
Because
when
it's
somebody
purposeful.
does
It's
echolalia.
purposeful.
Yeah.
So this is the type of play, and I'm glad that you asked that
Yeah.
question. It's a very good question. So this is the type of play where we have the playhouse or the play kitchen, and we start to play, and I say, you be the dad, and you
Okay.
be the
You
mom,
have
and
to
I'll
have a
be the
prop.
dog.
You have to have a prop for it.
Doesn't necessarily. You could have costumes.
But it's purposeful.
purposeful.
It is purposeful, and it is a
But sometimes scripting is purposeful, even though it's appropriate
Absolutely.
scripting, right?
Absolutely. And so the thing about sociodramatic play, and the reason why it's so important, and there's a whole aisle usually, if there were Toy Stories stores anymore, there are so few anymore. There's an aisle where there are things that the child can put on to pretend that they are someone else. And sometimes we do it in the environment without a costume. And this is
Got it.
it's an important level of play. Parents write in all the time and say, I want to teach creativity, and I don't know how to do that.
This is what the center is all about.
Yeah.
I
It
mean, this
is.
is really something that's an appropriate term for today because the Ed Asner Family Center.
It's almost as if someone did it
I
deliberately.
can't believe it. No, creativity is everything. Creativity
Yeah.
can give you a base to work on in life, and you can apply creativity and working this way in real life situations, and it's immensely powerful.
Absolutely. I'm going to drop the accent so that we can really talk about how
Yeah.
important this is to our kiddos. So, we all were sort of raised in environments in which everything just sort of happened, right? Where, I don't know, I'm old enough that we used to go outside and we didn't have all the toys that you have today. And you had a stick and you had some mud,
Right.
sand and water, and you would create something. And at a certain point, somebody would say, let's pretend that we're in a battle. Let's pretend that, whatever.
Yeah.
In our neighborhood, it was always this thing that they would play, the Cowboys and the Native Americans, right? This is how old, that I am,
Right.
that's what we would play. And the girls would always be forced to be nurses. And I always railed against that. And I was like,
Well, that was the time.
but it was the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
But I bring that up because it helps to define who we become, how we play, and what characters we take on, and who tells us what character we can play.
Yeah.
And now we live in a time where I love to watch children play, and children feel empowered if we allow them to be anything. So saying, how about you be the dad, you be the mom, and I'll be the dog. Well, that's a whole lot of flexibility that we're teaching. Sometimes people try to squash that, and it's really important that we give kids an opportunity to try on other things.
Well, I'll even add to that, and
Please.
I think it's even more important for the autistic child or the autistic individual to get into that situation and that kind of training, because let's face it, autism. If you look up the definition of autism in Webster's dictionary, I think one of the definitions is an unnatural preoccupation with the self. I think that's actually a definition.
Yeah.
And
Or parallel play.
being able to kind of create a world where they can understand other people, how they might feel in certain situations, I think is imperative to training them for life.
Absolutely.
So I think it's extremely important.
It helps. You brought up parallel play. It helps because there are all these stages of play, and if you study play, you see that you start with functional pretend play, and you go into imaginative play, then you go into symbolic, and all of those things are necessary, and we're going to be talking about those in the coming month as we start our Festival of Toys. That starts tomorrow, you guys.
Yay.
And because I think a lot of times we, I know for me as a parent, when my child was diagnosed with autism and we were being told, okay, here are the things that he needs to work on, and one of them was play, and I said, oh, no, we need to work on him talking.
Yeah.
All right? And I poo-pooed the play, even me, and I'm somebody who's a big proponent of play and this particular kind of play because I think the theater is a great tool to heal, teach, and change the world. And I was like, no. Just work on talking with him. But this is the way that you get to a lot of
And
that.
if you look at-
you guys know.
But I think the problem is that the kids are so desensitized to doing like natural organic play. They all are obsessed with
Exactly.
and this is
that's
very
true.
parallel play.
Exactly. But
And the
this is why
iPad,
it's
the
important.
this, and creative, expression, going outside and being a part of nature. And I mean, my childhood history, that's all we did.
Right.
Was creative and imaginary play.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't even have a TV.
No, they would stop at a location and they'd all pile out and they'd
Yeah.
play.
Naked.
Amazing.
Yeah. No, it's interesting because we've seemed to separated ourselves from the animal kingdom. And if you look at the animal kingdom, bears, little bears learn how to become big bears. Learn how to become big bears by playing
Yes.
with each other, by playing
Wolves.
with wolves.
Yeah.
Everything. The
Yes.
play is
Bobcats.
extremely important. It's extremely important.
And we need an opportunity. When you think about the kiddo who says, "Oh, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that." Right? That sort of inflexibility. But if they have an environment in which they can practice it, where there's no harm, no foul, and when you put on a costume, sometimes it's fun to be the Queen of Hearts,
Yeah.
right? Isn't it fun to take on a different role? And it's a little bit, you get to leave your stuff to the side and be somebody else. And we know that this is really good for our kids.
Absolutely.
We've heard Temple Grandin say that one of the best things that she had when she was a child, was the fact that her mother took her to the local community theater, and sometimes she painted the sets. Sometimes she was the person walking behind the scenes on the stage.
Yeah.
Sometimes she had a little 2-line role, so she learned to work as a team. And she says it's the thing, aside from medication, that helped her to deal with anxiety, because
Of course.
when she's faced with something that's hard for her, she says, I'm just going to pretend that I'm a person who can do this.
Yeah.
And what a great gift to give ourselves and to our kiddos.
But we live in a society that calls the arts extra.
Right.
That
Yeah.
doesn't
Right.
think the arts is therapeutic.
Right.
So it makes it very difficult.
We have to change that, Matt.
We do have to change.
Well,
that.
you are changing that,
Yeah.
and that's part of the reason why I thought today was perfect to have you guys on for Halloween, and perfect to have this as our jargon, because you guys are an agent of change, and I think the agent of change, because when I look at the programs that you guys have done, and I'm so proud of you, because I watched you for so many years work. See, I'm going to get emotional. But you worked for so long to be able to get the center running, and you have so many classes running. If there is a kiddo in the Los Angeles area that if there is not something on that list, because parents always say, I don't know which class, take them there. Maybe try one every week that's different. You will find what your kid is interested in.
But also every aspect of the family unit, not just the kids.
Exactly.
Our most successful programs now are our adult social programs.
I love it.
We can talk more about that.
But and again, more than that, I think when you create something that's right, it's like yeast. It will grow and it will take on other.
Yeah.
And I know as a parent that what I feel when I come there is that it is a home. It is a place of acceptance. It is a place where I can be as a parent, where my kid can be, and we get to leave all shoulda, woulda, coulda, excuse me, I'm sorry, at the door.
Totally.
And come in and have a social experience that's really beneficial for all of us. So huge fan, as you know. But that was, so that was our jargon for today, Sociodramatic play. Now we have to move on to
love
our
that. I've never heard that before.
question of the day. Are we ready for this? Because it is Halloween, I think this is a very apropos question. What scares you?
Ooh.
right?
Okay.
Oh dear, Traven,
so
what
many
was
things.
that? That was very scary.
That was scary.
That was like a
Very
Traven
scary.
scares me.
Wonderful dissolve. There.
That was a wonderful dissolve. That was very. I told you, Mad Hatter's on the board today.
What scares
so,
you?
what scares both of you?
Wait, hold on. What scares you?
Ooh,
Well,
good one.
honestly, I mean, it's like there's reality scare, and I hope not reality scare, because a lot of
Phobia.
stuff scares me.
There's
like
phobia
I'm,
scare.
Well,
Phobias.
I'm off the chart, right?
Me too.
But I have to say that on a very basic level, if I to pare it all down, what scares me is not, letting my child down. Not doing what I need to do, letting him down, and that covers everything, not protecting him, not pushing him, right? So that's like the two sides of that coin, not making sure that he's safe, keeping him too safe so that he can't be in the world, not making what I need to make happen for my kid. That's
Okay.
my biggest fear. And that consequences of that. So
That lessens a bit as they get older.
no,
Really?
not for me.
God. Well, Eddie's still little, but I see James as like this big, handsome, grown-up man now, and
And that is how he sees himself, and
Yeah.
I'm working really hard
Yeah.
to let him have the world and be in the world. But I now I'm stressing about college.
Yeah.
And
every step there's
I
another.
thought that we were going to arrive. That I hoped and prayed that we would arrive, and that there would be a day where I could be standing here and he could be across the room, and I wouldn't constantly need to be checking. And I'm really there. Although it was not this last time, but like 2 times ago at the center, there was a period of time where I didn't see him, and I said to you, I can't find him. I can't. And you were like, Shannon, he's here. He's okay.
Yeah.
And I was like,
He's,
do you know me? like I need to have eyes on him. I need to know where he is.
He's a model employee.
he's so comfortable.
Well, and he's not always there as an employee. Sometimes he's there as a
Yeah.
guest,
Yeah.
and he's very comfortable there.
Yeah, he's very
He feels
comfortable.
like that's his home, and that he has carte blanche.
It is his home.
and that I'm not having
Yeah.
anything to do with him there.
And that's
It's
exactly
definitely
how we
his
want
own.
everyone to feel.
Exactly. But to your point, I don't think, even though I can now be across the room from him, I have other fears now.
yeah.
So I don't think it goes away. I don't think it lessens. I know that's not
That's
what you wanted to
scary.
hear today.
No, because
What's your fear?
What's your fear?
God, I have too many to even count. I mean, I think my biggest fear, and I think it goes a little more of the phobia side, but I think my biggest fear is something happening to me and not being there to take care of them. So
That's all wrapped in mine too.
not being able to take care of my kids, something happening to me that I am unable physically to take care of them
Okay.
because I feel that they still need me.
So that's very interesting. So from a dad's perspective, are you in a different arena with that, or what's your biggest fear?
Well, I think my biggest fear probably is a fear that I've had since childhood. And I don't know why I have this fear, but it's always been not having a home. It's always been, not being in control of your life and having things happen that kind of sends you on a spiral. And so that would be, it's a very psychological show here. That would be, I think that would be like something that, that I would list as one of my top fears. Is being in a
Being
situation.
out of control.
Well,
We've all seen
being
circumstances
sort of
in
being out of
which
control. I guess that could be some of it.
That's how you married me.
now we get to the hard. We're not holding anything back here today,
No,
right?
I mean, I think when I was a kid, I would just, that would be a huge fear of mine, and I think it's carried over into adulthood. It doesn't control me, but it's something that I would list as a fear.
Okay, so you guys were asking you what's your biggest fear? Let's face
Now it's
it.
really heavy. It's not spiders. No one said spiders.
No,
one-
no.
one
I
said
mean,
that is
snakes.
well, I
one of
could
my
say,
biggest fears,
I don't
for
like
sure.
spiders. I don't like snakes.
Elevators.
There's that stuff too. Yeah, I'm not. I'm a little bit
Airplanes.
better. Given day on the elevator.
Scorpions. That's
Scorpions don't scare me as
Dogs.
much as snakes.
Oh, really?
Dogs
Snakes
scare me.
bother me. I'm afraid of heights too.
Oh, me too.
Like, let's start. Okay, now we're going to get into the phobia show. But anyway, okay, so we always, let's move on to the topic of the week. We always have a topic of the week. And our topic this week And I don't know if it was this at the beginning of the week, but I changed it to this because we needed something lighter. What
Oh,
makes
good.
you
Thank
laugh?
you.
Yes, we
Thank
have
you.
to. Palate
Oh, yay.
cleanse, is what makes you laugh. So
Ooh.
something
That
else
is so
there, another
cool.
scare.
I love
So what makes you laugh?
Number one, I would say Matt Asner makes me laugh.
Wow.
That's why I like
That's
him.
a good
Oh,
one.
my
That's why I
goodness.
like
That's
him.
a good
There
one.
we go.
Matt Asner.
And I would say Navah makes me laugh.
Yeah.
That's good.
You know,
You
I
say
think
that all the time to me.
Yeah.
He says that.
she makes me laugh a lot.
Yeah. I got to be honest.
You got to
that-
laugh in life.
Oh,
because
yeah.
you're dead in
I
the
mean,
water
we've
if
been
you don't, right?
we've been through more in the 6 years we've been together. We've been through more life, death, moving. I mean, we've been through more. Starting a
How
business.
many times have we moved?
We've been together for 6 years. We've moved 4 times.
Yeah, yeah. I
We've
feel
had 2
You
deaths.
have to laugh through
Two
that.
parents
Yeah.
die.
Oh,
Yeah.
We started our business. I mean,
yeah.
Yeah.
it's crazy.
It's a lot, you guys. And you're the Brady Bunch.
And
of
we have
autism.
6 kids.
Yeah.
What makes you laugh?
So, first and foremost, my husband and my kid. They
Yeah.
are the 2 funniest things ever. And, you know, that was the thing about my husband right from the beginning,
Yeah.
was that he made me laugh. And he just, like, I think that I'm hilarious. And I like it when people
Yeah.
think that I'm hilarious, and I try not to hide the fact that I, think that I'm hilarious. But my husband, on the other hand, he does not share that with very many people.
Mm-hmm.
But my husband is the funniest person I know.
He's pretty funny.
He is funny.
Like you have not seen, he is hilarious.
But I bet he would say the same thing about you. He'd say,
Well, he better.
My favorite thing is Shannon. She makes me laugh.
He better. But our kid makes us laugh.
Yeah, he's
pretty
funny.
But
He's sophisticated funny.
he is. But the thing about him that I still don't get is that with your son Wolfie,
Yeah.
they have their own little
Oh, I know.
riff thing that I don't get.
It's
I
crazy.
go, what is that? I don't understand.
It's almost a
But they're-
different language, those
It
two.
is. But it's a language that apparently everybody at the center gets.
Yeah.
I have said that one of my greatest joys right now in life is that, my son at the center went by a different name than he's ever been in
Oh,
our
yeah.
house. They called him Yamez at the center. Because I don't, does everybody realize, did you know this?
What?
I've never heard that ever.
Okay, well, so my son was a camp counselor this summer at the fabulous at Asner Family Center, and it was the best thing for him ever. Like the life-changing
Yeah, he
thing
was
for him.
wonderful.
Apparently all the kids there call him Yamez. And I did not know
Yamez.
this.
Yamez, I
Yes,
get it.
and
Oh,
so
Yamez.
I did not know this. So the first time that I came and we were doing something, and I think it was little Emily who came up to me and said, she's known me forever, and she was like, Shannon? And I said, yes. And she goes, are you Yamez's mother? And I said, what?
Oh, that's hilarious.
Who? And she said, is that your son? And I said, oh, yeah, I'm his mom. And she goes, I didn't know you were Yamez's mother. And ever since then, so many kids have come up to me and said, are you Yamez's mother?
Oh,
And it is this
funny.
thing of like, wow.
That must have been
You're
his
Yamez's
nickname.
mother.
I
And
never heard that before.
I had never heard that either. But even the other night at your fabulous Halloween
Mm-hmm.
party, there were parents and they were like, I didn't know you were Yamez's mother.
Oh, my God.
Like I
How
knew
did
you
we
had a
miss
kid,
that?
but I didn't know you were Yamez's mother. And I'm like, yes,
That is funny.
I never thought that I would want to crochet on a pillow. Yes, I'm Yamez's mother, but I want that now.
Wow. I love
To
that
ask
name.
Wolfie
So-
where that
Great name.
derived from.
Well, in any case, we've lost all, but he makes me laugh. He is hilarious.
He is hilarious.
And I remember when he was a kiddo, and he realized that he could make people laugh, and then he wanted to do that.
Yeah.
And I remember being a kid and realizing, oh, I have the power to make people laugh, and that is the biggest power in the world. So I was thrilled when I watched him get it. But then he would say things, and they wouldn't get a laugh. And he finally said to me, he said, I don't understand, why isn't that funny? So we dissected comedy, and he works on it. I think eventually my child's going to be a stand-up comedian. I think
I
that's
don't know.
where we're headed.
That's
He
good.
really enjoyed singing too. He was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
he
taking
did.
that
He had-
very
Yeah.
He
seriously.
had some very cool choices of music.
It's very
gotta
funny
say.
the choices that
This is
he,
just
yes.
actually
I liked
giving
his choices. It's giving you a headache.
unbelievable. It's,
Really?
I'm almost going to
Your
have to
cowl.
do it.
Your
Yeah.
cowl.
Well, I'd like to take this neck thing off now and throw. And
I
hey,
took my glasses.
can we say can we
Here,
just
move
talk
it,
about
move
that, because tonight you're going to put you've already put your kids in costumes for some of you to take them to a Halloween party at school, but there comes a point in the day where pieces of the costume start to come off.
Yeah.
Let it. If you didn't watch last week when I said take the picture last week or take it early in the day, take all the pictures and then let them pull the pieces of the costume off because it starts to get uncomfortable.
Oh, yeah.
I think
Eddie's costume.
we really did our Halloween on Saturday.
Yeah.
Right.
Saturday? Was it
Right.
Saturday?
And you had people
Saturday.
taking pictures, which is always
Yes.
the best thing. If you can afford to have a photographer for your Halloween, do it. Because that's the best thing.
That
was the
beautiful
witch.
lady, not
my
only
gosh.
was a professional photographer, she made that incredible vegetarian skeleton.
I wish I had a picture of it to show you guys because it was so super
we
cool.
have-
They're online.
okay, it's on-
But she, like I've
She's
seen this on
incredible.
Pinterest before, where
Karen
you take
Basketel.
the skeleton and you stick all of
Yeah.
the, like, meat and things in it so it looks like it's, the body has decayed. But she did it more
Oh,
cleverly than I've ever seen.
she's
And
incredible.
It was healthy and vegetables
Yes,
and truly
thanks
beautiful.
to Sprouts. God
There
bless
we go.
you, Sprouts.
Thanks,
Yes.
commercial for Sprouts. Okay, so all right, we've done all of that. We need to take a break, and then
you.
we're going to come back and we're going to talk about more about the Ed Asner Family Center, and we're going to talk about what's happening there. But we're also going to talk about this wonderful event that's happening on Sunday. We're going to be live on the red carpet. You're not going to want to miss it. We'll be back right after these messages.
Hey, I'm Candace Cameron Bray,
Tom Bergeron.
You're watching Autism Live.
and you're watching Autism Live.
And you're watching Autism Live.
You're watching Autism Live. What is autism?
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 I've been asking myself that for a very, very long time.
Let me think about that one.
Trying to just
Jeez. Let me think. Oh man, that's a rough one. Yes.
Autism,
Autism is a neurological disorder that affects many of our kids in different ways.
It's a learning disability that affects the cognitive functions of the brain.
a lot of people have the misconception that it's a disability and it's really not.
I look at it as like a special gift.
When one person thinks differently from another.
It's an opportunity for everyone to learn to understand someone that's a little different than them. Autism is the ability to educate.
They're given so much talent in different areas.
To me, autism means a chance to be with and be around people you really care about. Autism is beautiful.
It's a way of seeing the world differently.
Always unique, totally intelligent, and sometimes mysterious.
Happiness that comes out of my son's hard work.
It's a movement.
Unpredictable.
That's right.
Awesome.
Love.
The field I want to work in.
Laughter. Fun. Joy. Autism is beautiful to me.
I want you to remember these three words. There is hope.
Hi guys, welcome back to Smarty. This month we're going to be creating our very own any animal mask. As we work on this activity, you'll notice that these icons will pop up. These icons tell you important information about what skills we're using to create this craft and how to find them on Skills. Skills is an ABA-based online program that helps parents create individualized programs for their children on the autism spectrum. If you're a Skills user, this will make the most out of this artful and educational activity. Well, let's get started. The materials you'll be needing are glue, scissors, hole puncher, markers or crayons, pipe cleaners, and the template. So step one, you're gonna go to our Facebook page at facebook.com/autism-live, and you're gonna print out the templates that you see there. Once your templates are printed out, then you're gonna take your scissors and cut them all out. Now that you're finished cutting out all the templates, you're gonna have several different shapes. This is because this will give you a variety of different features you can use to make different kinds of animals. So this is the fun part. You're gonna take these templates and arrange them into any kind of animal you can think of. Use your imagination. There is no wrong answer. Once you figured out the animal that you're gonna want to make, take out your glue and glue them onto the mask. Once that's been finished, then you're gonna take your markers and crayons and decorate it, drawing in the features a little bit clearly and just making it as colorful as you'd like it to be. For the owl that I made, I had to cut out some more holes through it. Once your animal mask is done being decorated, you're gonna use your hole puncher to make holes on the side so you can fasten it to your face. Then you're gonna take your pipe cleaner, just thread them through the holes, and then voila, Your mask is ready to go. Well, I hope you enjoyed this activity with me. Until next time, guys, craft on. To find more about skills and to access all of the lessons you saw in today's Smarty, visit skillsforautism.com and click on the parents icon. Skills, the online autism solution.
That's so neat.
Welcome back. I love that effect you've got going there,
I
Travis.
love it too.
Okay, so we're having a very special show here for Halloween. I'm the Queen of Hearts, off with a head, right?
Yes, Scowly.
And my very special guests here with us right now, who are having way too much fun, I think. We got Matt Asner and Navah Paskowitz-Asner from the Ed Asner Family Center. They are here with us. We're all in costume because we're engaging in Socio-Dramatic.
Oh, yes.
We are.
Which was our
Now
jargon
I know
of the day.
what that means.
So, yes. You've got big events coming up, but the biggest one is happening on Sunday.
Yes.
You're celebrating your dad's 90th
90th.
birthday, Ed Asner's 90th birthday, y'all. That's a huge milestone.
Yes.
And is he excited about this?
Yes. I think he is very excited about this.
Well, a lot of it we've kept a secret too, so
Oh,
he can
so
be.
he doesn't know a lot about it?
But he knows some of it, and I think he's really excited. I think
Okay.
he's,
Yeah.
you know, look, my dad is a kid at heart.
Yes.
He's a 90-year-old kid.
Yes.
And anytime you make something exclusively about him, he's going to
He's gonna
buy
show
into
up.
it and
Right.
get excited about it. So, right?
I wonder who's like that.
Yeah.
Nobody
I
ever
know.
else but him. But it is a wonderful evening that is all to benefit the Ed Asner Family Center because
Yes.
this is part of the legacy that
Exactly.
Ed has chosen and that
Yep.
you guys are fulfilling every day at the center. It's absolutely the most wonderful place. And so I think we want to talk about the event, but I want to underscore it with the fact that everything is for the benefit of the Ed Asner Family Center to keep the wheels on there and to make it
Yeah.
possible to
It's our
present
big
the program.
fundraiser for the year.
Biggest
Yeah.
fundraiser of the
And
year.
so let's talk a little bit about at the event. Drop some names. Go ahead. We'll make a thud noise.
Okay.
Here's your microphone.
My microphone?
Yes.
Well, I mean, look, we wanted to do it big, and
Yes.
we always want to do it big, right?
You're good at that.
Well, you know, we try.
Yeah.
We try. But so we wanted to, during our planning for this,
Yes.
you know, we were like, who are we gonna honor? Who are we gonna honor? Who are we gonna honor? We tried to honor a couple people and didn't work out, and so we were kind of like wondering what we were gonna do. I'm gonna give Mike Darnell all the credit. Mike and Carolyn Darnell, all the credit. They came up with the idea of saying, why don't we just do a birthday party for your dad? You know, this is 90
Such a
years old.
special birthday.
It's such a big birthday.
Yeah.
Why don't you? I'd love to take credit for it, but I didn't come up with it at all.
Yeah.
Mike and Carolyn Darnell came up with it, and
Wonderful.
and they've been wonderful, as has
Wonderful
the entire
people.
committee.
Yeah.
You know, for the event and the board, and so we basically planned this in 4 months,
Yeah.
which is not a lot of time
No.
for these kind of things. And we have an incredible night planned. We're doing it at the Hollywood Roosevelt Hotel
Yeah.
on Sunday. We have performing music. We have Darius Rucker
From Hootie and the Blowfish.
from Hootie and the Blowfish, and well, he's also a big
And his solo
country star.
artist.
Big country
Yes.
star.
Yeah.
He has a song in the top 10 right now in the country charts. We have Steve Lukather of Toto, who's like my brother from another mother. He's an amazing guy and
Wonderful.
has been so supportive. And he's going to have some wonderful surprises at the event. You might just hear some Toto songs, I think.
Oh my goodness.
And then we have Jackson Brown playing. So that's just the music. Okay?
That's just the music.
Then we're going to kick up the jams with a roast. And we're going to have a roast of my dad. It's going to be a birthday roast. And we've got these incredible people coming. We got Cloris Leachman coming, who's, you know, wonderfully unpredictable.
I'm a huge fan of hers.
And so she's going to call him Kid because she's a little older than he is. But,
She's not going to appreciate you saying that.
well, it's undeniable though. Then we have Brad Garrett and Ed Begley Jr. and Rob Schneider and who am I forgetting?
Dick Van Dyke.
No, Dick's not coming.
Oh,
Dick's not coming. Yeah, Dick's not coming.
Oh no.
He's unfortunately not able to come. But we have just a tremendous amount of people giving this roast.
Yeah.
And Mark Hamill.
Mark Hamill.
Oh my gosh,
from
you forgot
How could I forget Luke Skywalker?
For heaven's sake.
And the Joker.
Krista
No, Mark Hamill.
would kill you.
What? I
Krista
know.
would kill you.
So it's going to be fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. There's a lot of star power there. It's going to be a blast.
It is going to be a blast. And so I'm hearing that it's pretty much sold out.
We are totally sold out.
Okay. So, but people, can I plug that we're going to be live on your red carpet? So
Of
if you can't
course.
go to the event, you should watch us live on the red carpet. We will have mayhem there because we are not able to switch away from camera to camera. It's all there.
Oh,
it's
that's
all
awesome.
live. And I'm told, Traven is telling me that we will be live on Facebook, YouTube, Periscope, and Twitter.
Whoa.
So
Is there Periscope anymore still?
there
There's
is
still
Periscope. Still people
Wow.
do Periscope.
I'm surprised.
So that I'm told that we will be live on all those. If we've never been live on all of them in one event before. So if you're having trouble, make sure that you divert back to Facebook. But I'm told that we will be live on all 4 of those. But I don't know what time we'll be starting. Do you know what time the red
Well, I
carpet
think the
starts?
red
5
carpet
o'clock?
starts at 5
Yeah.
o'clock.
So 5 o'clock. So right at 5 o'clock, I know we have a watch party set for people to watch us on the red carpet. Obviously, you guys will be there, so we will be.
We won't be watching, but we'll be taking part.
No, you'll be there, and those of you who've watched red carpet before, stupid things come out of my mouth. It's kind of fun.
And it's
There's no filter.
But it's wonderfully unpredictable.
Yes.
It's good.
I was trying to think of a couple of weeks ago. I was trying to remind people about. It was when is it Gary Busey? Is it Gary Busey?
Oh,
that
yeah.
came? So when we were on the red carpet for the poker tournament, I'm there and everybody else is starting and stopping, but I can't. So I fill in between. And Gary Busey kept walking and standing directly in front of the camera
Oh,
as
boy.
I'm talking.
That sounds like something I would do.
And that's my I accused you guys at Denim and Diamonds of doing the Gary Busey. But so and then I would say, oh, we have Gary Busey here, but he would be too close, so all you could see is his jacket. And I couldn't get. And I would be like, Gary, can we talk to you? And he'd be like, he's looking for somebody. And so then he would dart off. And but he just kept doing it. And then eventually, then he asked me to get him something to drink. So,
Oh my gosh.
like it was like my moment with Gary Busey. It happens. People walk in front of the camera. It's very confusing, but something will happen at this. I guarantee.
never know
you.
what's gonna
The
happen.
previous poker tournament
Yeah.
was when I was
good.
interviewing Randy Rainbow,
Oh,
and Lou
yeah.
Diamond Phillips said, "Wait, I want to shine Randy Rainbow's shoes," while Andy Dick was hurling insults at him, and we
Oh,
have
my
the whole thing
gosh.
live on Facebook.
Isn't it amazing how
That was
big
great.
he's become?
Randy Rainbow?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's touring now.
He's huge.
I'm
I love
sorry
me
he
some
couldn't
Randy-
be with
Randy
us.
Rainbow.
Huh? I know.
Sorry.
We asked him to be there. But
Yeah, he's so
he's on,
funny.
He's on tour. He's
Right,
touring all over
he's
the
very, and he's got an album out right now.
Yeah.
Girl, It's Christmas, but GURL, Girl,
Yeah.
It's Christmas Time. I can't wait, and it's got all these people that he sings songs with.
Oh
It's
yeah,
very
people
exciting.
love him.
Yeah, well, he's truly wonderful. So anyway, so that's so on Sunday. But if people wanted to support and they're not able to go to the event, but they're like, I want to donate to the Ed Asner Family Center, what's the
Well,
best
we
way
have
to
a
do that?
wonderful silent and live auction too.
Yes,
they can
we do.
Oh, can people participate in that
yes.
online?
They can. They can go to our website and go to the event page, and it's all there, and you can register to bid. And actually, there's some really cool things there because a friend of ours, who's become a really good friend, Gary. How do you pronounce his last name? I'm sorry, Gary.
He's watching right now. Hey,
Bildow?
Gary.
Bildow?
Gary.
Gary. The fabulous Gary.
The fabulous Gary.
Dr. Gary.
Fabulous
Dr.
Gary.
Gary.
Brilliant artist, Gary. Dr. Gary. Has done original paintings of these iconic roles from my father's career. So you have paintings from the Outer Limits to JFK,
It's incredible.
to Roots, Rich Man, Poor Man, Mary Tyler Moore,
Oh,
all
he
these
made it.
iconic
Who was
roles.
he in JFK?
He was Guy Bannister in JFK, and he got to
fun.
kick
remember that.
Jack Lemmon's butt,
All right.
pistol whip him,
All right.
Oh wow.
and he actually connected once.
Wow. Oh dear, that's not.
But all these iconic roles, so they're these kind of wonderful, cute paintings.
One of a kind.
Of all the iconic roles. And so those are up for bid.
Okay.
We also have stuff like experiences, like there's a sushi feast and all sorts of things.
And I know that, sometimes people are like, oh, I'm probably not going to be able. You should look to see before you decide,
Yeah.
because as people bid, sometimes you get a really good bargain.
Yeah.
But if people aren't going to bid, but they just, let's say that somebody's watching and they'd like to give $20, you've got a place for them to do that.
Of course.
Two ways to do that.
Okay.
You can go to our website and go to the donate page on our website and just enter a donation in there. And we're also going to have a campaign that's going to start on Twitter and Facebook and social media in the next probably couple of days, like right around the event, where you can actually text in a donation specifically to say happy birthday to Ed.
Oh, how wonderful.
That'll happen most likely day before, day of the event.
Okay.
And it'll carry on through his birthday, which is November 15th.
Okay.
So it'll be like a 2-week kind of thing.
Birthday honoree.
2-week campaign.
Wonderful.
And you can say happy birthday that way.
Fabulous.
Yeah.
What a wonderful thing. Okay, so we're going to take a short break, and then we're going to come back and talk a little bit about what the center is up to now and what's a little bit in the future, what kinds of classes people can get into now, and if you guys are doing any, because I know there's a holiday party, and so we're going to cover all of that. Stick with us. We'll be back right after these messages.
Do you provide care services to someone with autism? Recently, more and more children are being diagnosed with the condition and getting the support they need as awareness grows. But what happens to these children as they grow up? It's estimated that over 500,000 youth with autism will turn 18 in the next decade, and they'll be faced with a very difficult reality. As children with autism grow up, their services start to disappear or become very difficult to access. Things like medical care, mental health counseling, vocational training, and more. All services that are still desperately needed. The loss of support that youth with autism face as they grow up is so severe that it's referred to in the autism community as falling off a cliff. Adults with autism need the same level of support they had as children to avoid falling off the services cliff. Introducing Skills Living, the web-based software designed specifically to help transitioning youth and adults with autism so they can avoid the cliff and instead fly to success. With Skills Living, help your learner with autism develop the skills they need in all the critical areas of adult life, including self-control, planning, and problem-solving, effective communication, performing life skill tasks for independent living, acquiring and maintaining employment or other meaningful activities, developing and maintaining social skills and relationships, accessing transportation and public services, and being safe. Skills Living includes a comprehensive assessment, a data collection mobile app, behavior intervention plan builder, and automatic progress reporting. It also provides a complete curriculum addressing 16 key areas spanning the entire range of functioning adulthood. Skills Living is easy to use and can be implemented by schools, parents, and autism service providers. Call or click today for your free demo and see how Skills Living can help your learner with autism avoid the cliff and instead reach their fullest potential. Skills Living. Wish, learn, become.
Crack.
Welcome back to Autism Live on Halloween. I'm the Queen of Hearts. Off with her head. Okay, that's it.
I'm glad you didn't say off with his head.
Right, well, that's really what I want to say.
Yeah.
But that's not appropriate. And I have my flamingo right here, so we'll be playing croquet later.
I love it.
Did you get to see before you came into the studio any of the mayhem that's happening? Because our studio is here at the Center for Autism and Related Disorders headquarters, and they participate in Halloween hard.
Big time. I know.
Everyone.
I saw that.
No. Like it's gotten worse since you came in here.
I love it.
Well, you'll see it later. And there are costume
festive
contests.
environment.
And there are contests about if your whose desk is decorated the best.
Really?
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Who
it's
started that?
off the chain. Our fearless leader, Dr. Doreen Graham-Pichet, loves Halloween. It's always been a thing that she encouraged because of the Sociodramatic part.
Yeah,
play
that's
of-
great.
And so it used to be that even at headquarters, it was also a place where kids, that's where our son was treated, was what was headquarters. And so the therapist always dressed up, and she made a big deal about it. Now that centers are further away, everybody was afraid that when they separated corporate from a center, that we would be all very staid, and she was like, "Oh no, we're still participating in Halloween."
Awesome.
And she sets the tone, and she says to everybody, "I expect for you to bring your A game." So people bring it.
Well, Navah's really into Halloween.
Are you?
I kind of got out of it. I wasn't like a big fan of Halloween, but we had our Halloween event last weekend.
And can I tell you, I wouldn't have recognized you.
Yeah.
I had so much fun.
Scary
Yeah.
witch.
And the whole reason I did that is because when I was a kid, there was a woman who had a haunted house down the street from us. We always saved her house for last. So her name was May Lichtig, and she did this whole thing up.
May.
And she was a witch. She was always a wicked witch. And I thought, wow, I'd like to do that. I'd like to do something like what she did when I was a kid.
Terrify
because it was
the
like,
children.
it's ingrained in my memory.
Yeah.
And when I think of Halloween, I think May Lichtig. I think that's what Halloween is. And so we had a great time. We had a great time.
And
Great
the
time.
center was amazing, but
Yeah.
I would not have recognized Matt. You were a witch.
I was.
And I stood there for a
The
long
witch of the center.
Right, and I stood there for the longest time, and I was like, "Who is it? Who is in the witch thing?"
Yeah, I saw the wheels turning.
Right, and I was like, "Who?" I don't think I would have ever have guessed that it was you because your voice was substantially different.
Yes.
And like I've learned a lot of things about you over the years, like the fact that Matt is a brilliant singer, that you are, and you don't sound like. You don't like when he opens his mouth and sings. It is not the sound that you would expect to come from Matt, right?
No.
Like it just isn't. And I haven't seen you perform live, but I hear it's super fun, supercalifragilistic fun.
It's excellent.
Right?
Yeah.
Like he has a CD, like you guys. So so he's a real in a real band in a real two CDs. You should get Grand Manor for people who want to look.
Grand Manor or Insect Idol, either one.
Okay.
You haven't heard the Insect
I haven't heard it. You're holding out on me.
Yeah.
But I know that you also, I think we've talked about before that you have done some acting too, but just seeing
Long
you
ago.
do that, I was like, I see the actor. Because the way you can manipulate your voice, not everybody can do that.
I'm a bit of a ham. I am a bit of a ham. I know, I loved it. It was great. And being in makeup and
It's
being, socio-dramatic play. I mean, it was
It's a hard word.
therapeutic.
It's a hard
for me.
word to
was,
say.
Yeah.
It was really, it was joyful for me.
Exactly.
And it was,
letting all the stress dissolve
you become
behind
someone else. and
Yeah.
You get to leave your
there's
stuff behind.
No problems. All your
Right.
problems are, over there
Right.
for a while. And it was just this wonderful thing. And, it was fun kind of seeing who recognized me, who didn't recognize me. And it was just a lot of fun.
And I thought you were Moana. And you were like, no, I'm just a Hawaiian girl. But I thought you were Moana.
I was preparing up until the last minute, and so I just did the easiest thing
Your
I could.
costume was
The funny thing was about Nava's costume, though, is she comes out in this wig, and it's literally her color. It was her color, so it didn't look like a wig, but it was bangs. So
And she looked totally different. Like the shape of your face was different. It was crazy how different you looked.
It was horrible.
No,
you
it
look
wasn't
great.
at all. It was
I
fabulous.
hated it.
But it was wonderful, and the party was wonderful, and you
Yeah.
guys
It was
broke
fun.
your
We had a
necks to
very
make it so fun
successful
for everybody. It was really
event.
wonderful. But that's just one of the many things that you do with the center. I've loved these Saturday events that you do, and there's food, and sometimes a movie is playing, or something else is going on. It makes it a place. And we had to leave early from the Halloween party, but I felt bad because a lot of the older kids were just starting to get there as we left, and I'm seeing that it is turning into exactly what you wanted. It's a place where everybody comes.
Yeah,
everybody
I think so.
comes.
it's a center.
It is a center.
And I think that, like you said, it's a place where people feel like it's a home away from home.
Yes.
And so we want to extend that and really make it a place for every age group of the family.
Yep.
And so our last month we had our first 21 and over social club, and that was amazing.
Yeah.
It was amazing how the kids just felt like, oh, this is exactly what I was thinking about, because I know there's a lot of social clubs that have been attempted, but they end up being not exactly what the kids want. And so one of our board members, her daughter is our social director, and she's autistic. She went around and worked with myself and our mental health director, Chris Assad, and really polled the kids, the adults, and said, what do you want out of a social club? So this is something that is very important to me, that all of my programs are either parent created, driven, that we're able to really not just create something for a revenue stream, but create something because it's wanted and needed, and the parents don't find it in the community today.
Right, right. And driven for those programs that are for the individuals on the spectrum, driven by what they're wanting too, which is
Exactly. Well, I mean, 50% of my instructors are autistic adults.
Which is
so
amazing.
It's
They're
very,
walking the talk, you guys, which is really amazing. So let's talk about, well, because we're running out of time now, let's talk about what's happening at the center right now, because you have classes all the time.
Yeah, 6 days a week we're open. Saturdays and Sundays after school.
We're always there.
open. Matt
What
and I
is the day
live there.
that you're not there?
Fridays.
Fridays
We're
are the
closed
day that you're not-
Fridays.
But so Monday through Thursday, you have things that are happening in the
After
school
school
hours,
and
right?
weekends, and we have everything from ballroom.
Can you announce your new class?
Yeah, I wanted to announce my new class.
I love that.
So we have
coming into
we
your
have
shop.
a seasonal amazing class. Our art program is run by our eldest, Aviva Paskowitz,
who's brilliant,
and really just you know, she has 5 little brothers, 3 with autism, so she has a lot of experience with autistic and special needs kids, but she's also an incredible artist. She did all the murals in our center, and she's doing a new arts and crafts program that's seasonal. It's called Art Aviva and the Elves. So she's going to turn the entire art program and art center into Santa's workshop from Elf. And we're hoping that Ed will visit at some point in December.
It's gotta come, right?
Come on.
But that's going to be, I think, a really fun class. And so kids are going to do a lot of stuff related to the holidays and Thanksgiving, and then go on into Hanukkah
Look
and
at that. Look at the pictures put
and
up
Christmas.
That is so cute.
Yeah.
Aviva and her elves.
So that's on Saturdays
Okay.
from 12 to 1. And that's going to be debuting in the next few weeks.
Okay. And so, and on Saturdays and Sundays, you like everything under the sun.
Yeah.
Ballroom dancing,
voiceover,
autism movement therapy.
Oh, it's like amazing.
Comic
Sketchy
book
science.
making.
Sketchy science, right. So there's something for everyone. Like if you honestly were to look at the array of classes that they have and say there's nothing here for me, I would want to know what it is you want, and I'm sure that they would want to know too, because there's everything
And then
under
we'll
the
create
sun.
it.
And that's just one page of it, and it's like 2 pages. So, but then are you doing anything while kids are on break over the holidays?
Yes.
We're gonna-
We are. Go ahead.
Yeah.
We're going to be open for school lets out on Friday this year. And so most kids are getting the entire week off for holiday Thanksgiving break. So we are going to be open for most of the Thanksgiving break. Our Camp Ed, our very successful Camp Ed, is coming up January 6th through the 10th. And it is a weird date, but LAUSD has an almost month off. So the LAUSD parents won the battle this year, and so we're going to have it later in the month so they can benefit from that. We are going to have our holiday party on December 14th that we're all going to do together.
Yes. And in fact, Autism-Live is going to be partnering with you guys to provide, because we do our Sensitive Santa, Autism-Live does at, we rock the Spectrum gym, kids gym, but we have always had, started to foray into other events, and so we're going to be coming and bringing some of our gifts.
We'll have Santa, we'll have Hanukkah Harriet, and we are going. Yeah, I'm going to be Hanukkah Harriet.
okay.
He's going to be Santa.
Okay, wonderful.
And our next 21 and over social club is on November 17th. So any adults, parents of adults, they definitely should call us and make a reservation.
When
for
is
that.
the holiday party?
December 14th.
December 14th.
Yeah, there we go. So that's a lot of stuff. And there is a cost for the classes, but it's lower cost than anything else that you would get anywhere else.
We have a introductory rate of $20 for any of our classes. Some of our specialty programs are $25, but it's very cost effective. I think that for me was the most important thing, along with our counseling, which we have availability for mental health services right now if anyone needs to reach out and just get a little support, please call us 818-302-0712 and talk to us and talk to Chris Assad, our mental health director, for more information.
And there is good news about that as well, and that is that we'll be starting to accept insurance in the new year.
Which is wonderful.
At some point in the new year. We're working on that, and insurance will be part of the picture.
And I understand from when Krista was here that until that time there was a sliding scale that
Yes,
people could.
and it's very sliding.
Yes.
It's very sliding. We have not yet, and this was my absolute requirement, we have not yet turned a family away because of their ability to pay.
I was very excited. A little over a week ago, I got to go see the Lemur Mom.
Yes.
They were doing the play at CSUN.
I'm so sad.
And it was wonderful.
Yes.
If you guys get an opportunity to go see it or have them come, it was really wonderful. And before the performance, they spoke a little bit about some of the programs going on at CSUN, but one of the things that they said they were proudest of is how they're partnering with the Ed Asner Family Center to provide mental health for families, and how exciting that was for
makes
them.
me happy.
And I was like, look at that. That's just full circle.
Yeah.
Look at how all these things come together
We're proud of it, too.
and are wonderful. Yeah. But isn't it nice? You know, when people are saying nice things about you behind your back, I always like to spread that around and let you know that, oh, they said nice things about you. So truly fabulous. All right, what have we left out? Because we have 3.5 minutes. You have 3.5 minutes. What do you want to talk about?
I think mostly just that people need to see the center. It's still we really want to get the community outreach. We can't do this alone. We just want people to know that we're there. We're in Reseda, California, 7915 Reseda, Lindley Boulevard.
Beautiful center.
Come visit.
We want you to call us first.
Yeah.
And we'll take you on a tour.
Yeah.
But just come and see the center and try a class.
Yeah.
We've had so many kids who have just come down to take our family ballroom class, where the whole family comes and dances with the most amazing teacher I've ever experienced for ballroom dancing. She gets everyone going.
She gets us going.
Matt and I have done it. We have family yoga, where the entire family can do yoga together. There's something for everyone, and to just come down and try it and really just experience what Matt and I, this has been 10 years in the making. Our dream, we have 6 kids, 3 with autism, and we wanted to find a place where parents and their kids and the grandparents and everyone can come and just enjoy.
But don't forget that on Sunday night, they're doing the Ed Asner birthday party.
Yes.
The 90th birthday party, that's happening. You guys can tune in at 5 o'clock. Start on Facebook, but you probably can be on YouTube, Periscope, or Twitter to watch as well, and you'll get to see some of the stars on the red carpet with us, including Matt and Navah and Ed. Presumably, Ed will be on the red carpet.
I hope so.
I would think so, right?
That would be strange.
Right. Right. So we'll be able to bring you at least a portion of what's happening that night.
That's
and then,
so
of course,
great.
we'll talk about it on Monday. On Monday, we are doing a live show. A lot of times we do a pre-recorded, but we're doing live on Monday.
I have to say something.
Yes.
No, I just want to thank Center for Autism for supporting the event, because they are a family sponsor, and I can't tell you how much we appreciate that.
Well, that's
Thank you, Doreen.
Dr. Doreen Grant.
Thank you.
Thank you. I love how when everybody plays well together, because
Yes.
it's all for the greater good. So tune in to see that. I'm just about to be out of time, but I just want to do like a 30-second plug here for how to enjoy this holiday, no matter where you're at, no matter what's happening. Because holidays are hard. We all have this expectation. We have a holiday that we're chasing in our memory, right?
Yeah.
Or an expectation of a holiday that we thought was going to happen, where our kiddo was going to wear the costume and they were going to trick or treat with the other kids, and the other kids were going to be accepting of them, right? There is this saying that expectation is planned resentment. So if I could just say to everybody, myself included today, to let go of the expectation of what it's going to be like, what you wish it was going to be like, what you thought it was going to be like, and to just find a way to be, we usually on Thursdays do a mindfulness moment, to find a way to just at some point today be mindful of where you are and think about all the things that you do have, not focus on the things that you don't have. Because right?
Sage advice.
Yeah.
Right? Because it's so hard sometimes. We, and I know.
I bow to your sage advice.
No, because it's like.
Because you're so mindful.
They're so, but they're, like we all know, we're going to get caught up. I already had that moment this morning where I was trying to get this on, you can imagine, and my son was wearing this costume that had 700 pieces to it that, and everybody was like, ah.
And then it's itchy and they want to take it off the minute you put it on.
And my husband was like, all I want is a picture of you in that crazy makeup helping him put on his costume so that we can, we all, but then there was just one little moment. And, it's like taking that little snapshot. We don't have to remember all the, just take a mental, and I'm not even talking about physical, although that's fine too, but a mental snapshot of, this, because our kids will never be this age again. We will never be this age again. And if you can breathe today, even if you can't walk 5 steps to trick or treat, you're breathing, so there's something to be grateful for.
Yeah.
Let everything else go. Let it be what it's going to be and enjoy because it's a holiday. And we have others coming. Yes.
And take it easy on the candy.
Yeah.
You'll be thankful for that.
Yeah.
Everyone's sick on November 1st.
Yeah.
Which happens to be our 5-year anniversary.
Happy anniversary.
Yeah.
5 years tomorrow.
5 years.
5 years.
Oh, you're just babies.
Yes.
You're just babies. Well, Jim and I will, we're 17 years this year, so we're kind of babies too. This is, there are a lot of people who've been married a lot longer, but 5 years is a milestone.
It is. It's a good one.
All right, we are totally out of time now. Now I've gone over. Traven's not speaking to me. Happy Halloween, everybody. Thank you to both of you and to the Ed Asner Family Center. Make sure that you're with us tomorrow. Tomorrow we have the fabulous Jill Woodworth, who is the host of TSC Talks. We're going to tell you what that is tomorrow. And we start the Festival of Toys tomorrow. You're not going to believe it. It's going to be so awesome. Tune in then. Until then, give your kiddos a hug from me and one for you too. Bye-bye for now.